we all have a certain amount of fucks. And you have to be very aware of what you really give a fuck about. Welcome. So if you click on this video, it's because you want to learn how to give zero fucks in 2020. And I commend you for it. It's not an easy thing. I know that's something I've always worked on. The reason I feel the need to make a video about this is because we care too much. There were so many things that I didn't do or waited a long time to do because I was so nervous about what other people care. In reality, people don't care. Like, I don't know how to put this. The people that like you're worried about, they don't really care. Like, they're people are more concerned about themselves. They worry more about themselves, and what may be like a mistake or a big deal to you isn't that much of a big deal to them. Now, if there's someone that cares so much that they go out of their way to tell you how much you suck and make fun of you, you don't really want a person like that around your life. So it's good to know who those people are and clean your space. So if you want to learn how to give zero fucks in 2020, then keep on watching. So first things first is to just do things before you think about it. There's a moment where we decide that we listen or we receive some kind of information or opinion or something, and that like switches a light bulb and makes us think like, okay, then I need to do this or I should do this. And then there's that moment, and then the next moment is you're thinking of everything you have to do before you can do that thing or get ready for that thing. And then somewhere in between there is the doubt that comes up, or also other thoughts of how hard it's going to be, or how you want to get certain things done so that you don't look dumb or so you don't make a mistake, or how you want to get ready. You want to avoid that gap. You want to take action from the moment you decide to do something. And it's definitely a practiced habit, but you need to do it. You need to be self-aware, and you need to like know yourself enough to be like, okay, like, you know, like when you have that best friend that's drunk and like texts her ex-boyfriend, and when you see her get that drunk, you like take the phone away from her. Like, you need to be your own best friend. Like, you need to be your own yeah, you need to be your own best friend and take care of yourself that way. So once you have an idea and you know it's a good idea, then just take action. Like, call the person you have to call. Take action before you allow yourself enough time to think about it and to start to second guess yourself. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is having a fuck bank. So what that means is, I'm gonna try to explain this without laughing. So when you live your life every day, you have a certain amount of fucks that you give, and that's why you will do or not do certain things. So you wake up in the morning at the time you wake up because you give a fuck enough to get to some place at a certain time, and then you brush your teeth because you give a fuck about having, you know, nice breath or bad breath. You shower because you give a fuck if you stink. And you may even like go as far as grooming or dressing nice because you give a fuck about your appearance. And then from there, you know, you get a call from somebody and you answer them because, you know, you don't want them to get mad at you for not answering, and you give a fuck, or you don't give a fuck and you don't answer. And so you answer them and then they invite you to a party, and you know, you're like, you know, kind of don't want to go, but you say yeah because you feel bad. That's a fuck you just gave. So you have to understand that we all have a certain amount of fucks. And you have to be very aware of what you really give a fuck about. Missing something that's important to someone else doesn't mean you don't care about them. Not doing something that's important for someone else doesn't mean you don't care about them. We only have a certain amount, and I say fucks meaning like, I could say call it fucks because that's kind of like the title of this video, but it's really energy. You have a certain amount of energy or a certain amount of fucks, and you have to decide who you're gonna give that to. You have like literally, like, if you want to even like number them, like if you want to have 5 a day, or whatever, and you have to decide who gets fucked from you and who doesn't. And and you need to be okay with it. So if someone invites you to something and you know you shouldn't go because you need to have that, you need to do something else or something else that's more important, or maybe you just want to stay home and chill, or you should go home and meal prep or whatever, you don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck to that person and just say, oh no, sorry, I can't, and that's it. No big deal. And that kind of brings me to my next point is, don't do things you don't want to do. We worry too much about upsetting other people or letting other people down, or we feel bad. We feel the need to like be there for someone if they were there for us, or do the same thing for someone that they did for us. You have to remember, your time is your time. The value of your time is different. Maybe, you know, other people can afford to like, you know, go to all the parties and help other people all the time, and maybe you can't. Maybe your time is super valuable, you don't have a lot of it, so you can't really spend it going to parties you don't really want to go to, or helping other people with things that are not important to you, because you have all this stuff you have to do. And that's not your fault. You can still be a good friend and a good person and a good family member, whatever, without giving someone all of your time. So if someone asks you to do something and you don't want to do it because it's not going to support you, it's not going to help you, it's going to take time away from you, and really they could ask someone else, then don't do it. It's not a big deal. And if that person gets so upset, then that's a whole nother issue. You need to really question that relationship. But yeah, don't do things you don't want to do. Life is too short. You don't want to go to the fucking baby shower. Don't go to the baby shower. The baby will be fine. They won't know. So yeah, I hope your day, your week is full of less fucks. And I hope you and full of things that you do want to do that is important to you. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you heard, please hit the subscribe button, like this video, and comment below what are you not going to give a fuck about this week.